Hello, welcome back. This is another, probably going to call these a top 5 series. The reason I do 5 is because they're sort of easily digestible. 5 points that you can hold on your hand. This one's slightly different. Top 5 reasons why your manifestations are not working. Top 5 reasons your manifestations aren't working. Now, I am going to preface this one with I'm essentially talking to my younger self here. Don't take it personal. I may say you or your at various points throughout this. I'm not necessarily speaking to you. Right now, I'm speaking to a camera. This is not actually a person. So I'm going to take the mindset that I am speaking to my younger self. However, I would say that if you do get offended, if you do take it personal, then you should probably listen to it. There's a reason that things feel offensive to us, and that's because they're personal, and therefore things that we should listen from. You've got to work through the things that you're offended by in order to grow. You can't just scream, I'm offended, you've upset me, that sort of stuff, because why are you taking it personal to begin with? This is my top 5 reasons why I believe you're, being my younger self, why the manifestations were never working. It's easy to read these books. There are many out there. Bookshelves are full of law of attraction. I mean, just look at, even if you don't read books, just look at Instagram. There's countless pages. A lot of them are, I believe, just AI stuff. They're just money generating pages. Because they only focus on the mind part of it. They don't focus on how to actually get what it is that you're looking for in life. So let me cue the first slide, which is quite simply the title: 5 reasons your manifestations aren't working. Okay. So we all know the quote, if you can conceive it in the mind, then you can hold it in your hand. Many variations on that. So let's dive in to see why, if I picture myself driving a Lamborghini, why tomorrow I am not driving that Lamborghini. The best thing that can happen in that regard is that I see a Lamborghini driving past me. Let's explore the reasons why that may be. So the first point I'm bringing forward is let it go. What do I mean by that? Well, when you manifest and you ask the divine for something, and then you half an hour, maybe tomorrow, whatever time later, you start thinking to yourself, when's it coming? Shall I ask for it again? Why am I not getting what I'm manifesting? Because you're holding on to it. You're overthinking it. You haven't given it to the divine. You see, what this is, it's an transference of energy. If you do not let that energy go, it cannot come back. And if you're constantly trying to ask for the same thing and overthinking it, then you haven't given it. Therefore, you have to let it go. There's a sacrifice that needs to be made. You have to sacrifice that energy. You have to let it go. If you keep holding on to that energy, it's never going to manifest, because you haven't even given the energy to begin with. You've got to let it go. You can't keep going over and over and over the manifestation, asking for it and complaining that it hasn't happened. And the worst thing you can do is go into that victim mentality. Oh, it's not listening to me. You haven't given it anything to begin with. You're still holding on to it. Got to let it go. There's a nice little Chinese proverb that many of you may be aware of, where there's two monks walking down the street, and there's a girl. There's a little river just by the street, and the girl can't cross the river, and she asks the monks for help. And one of them puts her over his shoulder, or carries her, in whichever way you want to visualize it, takes her across the river, and then comes back. And then the two monks carry on walking down the road. The other monk, clearly conflicted by this, because in their belief system, I'm not sure what type of monks they are, but in their belief system, they're not supposed to touch, especially not the other gender, the other sex. So eventually he says, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have carried the woman. You're not allowed to touch her. To which the other monk turns to him and says, are you still carrying her? I let go of her a mile ago. Let it go. Don't hold on to it. It will not serve you. It will only be to your detriment. Okay. What's my next point? My next point is show me the way. And this will transition into the point that follows as well. So essentially, if you think you can just picture something in your mind and it's going to appear, then that's quite toxic. I'm sorry, but it is. You've got to work. You've got to work. There's no choice there. You know, you can visualize the most humble way you can ask for something. Say I say my thing is I really want a Lamborghini. I don't. I couldn't care less about Lamborghinis, to be honest. However, let's just say I want a Lamborghini, whatever models there are. I want the new flashy one. I want to drive my Lamborghini. Okay. If I just say, give me a Lamborghini, and I feel it and all of that, I do the visualizing of me driving it, and then I do my first point and I let it go. How's that Lamborghini just going to appear outside? Now, if you flip that and you speak to the divine and you say, show me the way to a Lamborghini, what happens is there's a change in your mindset. You're now not expecting it to turn up in your driveway, but you're expecting to see the signs and opportunities to get you there. It's very similar. However, now you're aligning yourself with the divine messages. You'll start to pay attention to things, to opportunities that will put you on the path to get it. You start to become aware, maybe even awake. The divine will speak to you. And it's a point that we'll get to later, so I don't want to dive too much into that. But you've got to be willing to walk the way. So asking the divine to show you the way is a far better way than just saying, driving a Lamborghini, driving a Lamborghini, driving a Lamborghini. Show me the way to my Lamborghini. And then when random videos and stuff pop up, you may start to actually pay attention to the messages within them. Okay, let's get to point 3. You're given a body. What do I mean by that? Okay, so you have a soul, right? And that if you strip away your character, your conditioning, your personality, the things you believe that make up what you are, if you strip all that away, all that's left with is the pure, unadulterated, unconditioned you. The you that makes this whole thing work. The consciousness that you are. Your soul. You're given the mind. You're given the ability to visualize something. So, you've got this soul, the ethereal. We could say it's the plus on the magnetic scale. You've got the mind that can see both. So we'll call this the plane of inertia, the neutral point, the neuron. And then we're given the material, the body. You're given these three things in a very important way, because you have to bring your thoughts into action. Everything around us, every great cathedral building ever made was manifested in the mind, and then it was built with the hands. You're here to work. You're supposed to work. Trying to manifest a world where you don't work is not going to fulfill your life in any way, shape or form. You're given a body for a reason. If you look at the animal kingdom, the birds can build a nest. The badgers can build a dam. The rabbits can build a burrow. You know what? You can do it all. All three of them. And maybe you don't want to build a dam, but you want to build a bridge. Maybe you don't want to build a nest. You want to build a tree house. You want to build a structure. You can go above and beyond the natural coding that other animals are stuck within. They're sort of boxed, and we're not. We have the divine capability to create whatever we want to manifest, and you do that with your body. So once you've visualized, once you've asked the divine to show you the way and you've let it go, it's time to start walking. It's time to get your shoes on and start walking your path. And if there ain't no path there for you, if there isn't a path there for you, if it's not there, then pave it. Because you're given that gift. And trust me, it is a gift. The body is a divine vehicle. It's a gift and can build your manifestations. You're not going to manifest by sitting at home waiting for it to drive onto your driveway. But you will manifest it if you set your goals on it, you ask to be shown the way, and you walk that way. Unapologetically. Tunnel focused, and you listen to the signs that are being presented to you. Use your body. It's given to you for a very good reason. Okay, let's go on to point 4. Universe doesn't speak language. So you've really, whilst we may speak to the divine using the words of the language that we speak, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you speak in Arabic, if you speak in English, you speak in Welsh, or if you can't even speak a language, the universe will still talk to you. Now, it's vibrational, it's frequency, and we feel our frequency based on our emotional feelings. Your chakras, the spinning plates of energy within you. You know, you've got from your root chakra all the way up to your crown, and you, depending on which one of those is spinning and in what frequency it's spinning, will tell you the frequency that you are receiving and emitting. So if you're asking the universe, I want my Lamborghini, but what you're actually feeling is the fear of not having a Lamborghini or the need to have a Lamborghini, you're not speaking the universe's language. In fact, what the energy you're putting out, what you're going to get back is a need to have a Lamborghini. Is the struggle to need a Lamborghini, the fear of not having a Lamborghini. So then what you'll start to see is situations and people that either do have a Lamborghini and make you feel lesser for it, or you'll start to see that you'll be attracted to people who would rather have the Lamborghini than you. Does that make sense? The universe doesn't speak English. It doesn't matter how you phrase or structure a sentence. It's about your intention, your feeling, the vibration that you put out. So you've got to get into tune with that. This is why affirmations are really good to a point, because they will help you to raise that frequency, and you'll start to feel it rising. You'll start to feel inspired, and you'll almost get goosebumps if you do it correctly, because you're rising. The hairs will rise, the energy will rise. This is the language of the universe. It's not a spoken one. It doesn't matter how many times why won't you give me the Lamborghini? Well, it's because it's fear-based, which is root chakra stuff, which is down, below the gut. It's never going to work. You need to feel inspired by it. You need to feel excited by it. The universe doesn't speak English. Doesn't matter how well you're able to elegantly put words together. Without the intention and the frequency, the internal frequency behind it, they're just empty words. Now, once you put your divine frequency of excitement or passion and you start to feel it build, now those words become spells. Now we're spelling with that intention and that frequency. But without that, they are just words. And here's the final one. You don't believe it. Because if you did believe it, you would start living like you had it. You would start getting insurance quotes. You would start to buy the oils that the car needs. You'll start to get the wax that you want to wax it with. You'll start to plan how your driveway will be. You have to, once you've shown me the way, started to walk the way, you're feeling the excitement, because that's how we speak to the divine, not with your words, but with the excitement, and you've let it go. So you're willing to work for it. You've started the path. The universe will start to throw coincidences at you. Listen to those coincidences. That's how it truly speaks to you. Because a coincidence means coincidence. When two realities coincide together, they confirm each other. God, the big God, speaks in coincidences. Only then will you start to believe it. Once you start to believe it, it'll almost snowball. You'll start to see opportunities arise, and the more you get to believing that it's coming to you, the quicker and quicker it will be. But if you don't believe you've already got it, you're not going to get it. You can't forget that you need to use your physical body, because the mind is, or at least the mind as a visual tool, is ethereal. It's not material. You have to bring it into the material. God gave you a body for a reason. Manifestation is a big part of this game that we play. It truly is. But you've got to build it with your hands. You know, Noah had to build the ark. It's important. You've got to build it. Or it won't come. They won't come. The animals will not arrive unless you take that divine image that you're given, which is truly yours. Another thing I would do, if in order to start to believe it, speak it to people. I'm going to have a Lamborghini. They might ridicule you. Doesn't matter. It's not about them. It's about you. You need to believe it. You don't need to argue with them. If you had a Lamborghini in your driveway, you wouldn't argue. Just be like, all right, I've got a Lamborghini. What's it matter to what you think? Start to discuss ways that you're going to get it. Make sure you don't fall into that fear set of thinking that, oh, this person might steal my ideas, because here's another little bit of truth for you. They can steal your ideas. Fair enough, let them. Because they were your ideas. Only you are capable of your ideas. Someone else can copy you. Fine. It will only, always, ever be a copy. It will never be the original, because the original is you. And I guarantee there's only one of you. There's only one of you. So it doesn't matter how many copies there are out there. You're unique in your vision. You're the one. Out of the 6, 7, 8 billion people on this planet, I don't know exactly how many, but you are the one you. There isn't another. I've read enough charts at this point to know that every single person I've read, whether I've read their siblings, or I've read their children's, or I've read their partners, every single person is incredibly unique. Everyone's got a different gift, a different skill to bring. And I'm sure if I was to read everyone's in Britain and then everyone's in Europe, I would read the chart in a unique way every single time. Because you are absolutely unique. And that makes you beyond special. So speak it. Believe it. Don't worry. Don't go into that fear. Don't let that energy fall, because now you're going to manifest the lack of it. It's a yin and yang. Your energy will start, if you let your energy fall into the fear and the lack, you're not going to ascend to the heavens in order to bring into the material world that what was born in the ethereal. So they're my 5 reasons why your manifestations aren't working. First one, maybe the most important, let it go. You've got to let it go. You can't keep going over and over and over it. Once you've asked for it, it's as though you've bought it. It's in the delivery system. Stop asking for it. You've already bought it. Don't ask for it to just come to you. Ask to be shown the way. Whilst it's very similar, because you're using your vibration to ask for it, it will start to wake up your mind and your eyes to look for the signs that are being shown to you. Because if you ignore the signs, then you're ignoring the manifestation itself. So just in flipping that mentality to show me the way is going to awaken you to see the way. You're given a body. Remember, you've got to work. You've got to. You're put here to work. We are the builders and shapers. The blessings we are given by our body. Don't expect anything for nothing. Even no matter how great you are at visualizing, no matter how much skill you have with rising up with your own frequency, understand that this body, this physical tool that is far superior than anything else on this planet, is put here for a real reason. You're supposed to build the path. It's what you're here for. It's why you've got what you've got. And even if your body's full of aches and pains, it is still incredibly gifted. The universe doesn't speak in English. The universe doesn't speak a language. Or at least doesn't speak a language. It's a transmitter. It's a transmission tower, and your transmission tower, just look all the way down your spine and study the chakras and start to understand when this one's spinning and then this one, and work on it and meditate on it. Breathe on it. Feel it. Know that when these hairs start rising, when these hairs on your arm start rising, that is ascension. That is rising, that excitement, those goosebumps. Embrace them. Use your affirmations properly. And then Once you've got all that, believe it, speak it, talk like you've already got it. Know that you're walking on the path. Know when an opportunity comes, believe that that is a divine opportunity that's going to take you one step there. And then you'll have so much excitement in walking the path that you'll have let it go anyway. And you'll just start going opportunity after opportunity. And before you know it, somebody owns a Lamborghini and they're trying to sell it to you, but they also need a job. And you've learnt the skills to do that job along the way. You'll never know how the path goes. That's not for us to know. We're not supposed to know the step 1, 2, 3 and 4 of it. We're just supposed to walk it and receive it and have fun while we're doing it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got a little bit out of it. Thank you for watching. With this top 5 series, so I did one last week. I've done one this week. I can't guarantee the next one will be next week. It depends if I am aware to the inspiration given to me on what I should do it on. However, if there is anything you would like me to break apart and find a top 5 reasons why or top 5 reasons to do this, please just leave them as comments. Any questions you've got in regards to astrology or mythology, the natural world around us, any questions you've got in general, put them on the comments. And when I do my next podcast, which launches every Monday, I'll be sure to answer them. Until that time, look after yourself, be kind, be thoughtful, and breathe deeply. God bless you.